was 17 years old and had figured out that I was pregnant, and I was absolutely terrified. Had no idea what to do. It's one of those times when you don't think you can really tell your parents, but you don't really know what to do without them. I come from a very Christian family, a very upright. I live in a suburb. This isn't something that you see happening or hear about happening to a girl like me at 17 years old. Then it was a really kind of hard time, almost going back home and just kind of having that not acceptance, but almost shame of what had happened. There was part of me that knew that Tyler wasn't mine. I knew that abortion wasn't the answer for me, and I knew that it had happened for a reason. Walking out of there, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I know there is a purpose for it, and I know that I'm gonna be okay. I chose adoption, and it wasn't the easiest thing for me. I'm not gonna say that the day I handed Tyler over to Jeff and Melissa, that's when I stopped thinking about him. I think about him every day. Jeff and Melissa were able to give something to Tyler that I wasn't. And that was the biggest thing of why I really did choose adoption.
I have a daughter who got pregnant when she was 17 years old. So when she walked in the door and said she was, the first thought is, I'm going to die. And the second thought is, now what do we do? And her first statement was, Mom, I can't have an abortion. And when Megan came in, I was working that day. The center was closed, and her mom called, and Paula came in and said, Linda, this girl you really need to talk to. We talked, and I just happened to have a tape in the car of my granddaughter, and I said, I want you to hear something. And actually, it was my daughter's testimony and then my granddaughter singing. I thought she would identify with my daughter, and the thing she identified with was the life of that child. And that life was the most important, no matter what she did. Some days, God, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do another urine test. And I don't want, I don't know that I can have anything to offer to that person. And then every day when I leave, it's like, yeah, I was supposed to be there. There is no greater blessing than walking in that center every week and walking out and knowing that you have in some small way impacted a girl's life and hopefully generations to come.
Going through infertility is a very hard thing on your faith. Month in and month out, you have hope, you pray, you plead with God to give you the child that you really desperately desire. You're ready to be a parent, but it's just not happening. So it really wears on your faith, and there are times that you're up, there's times that you're down, sometimes you're really far down. But God really is faithful to you, and He brings you through. We got the phone call, and our wait was over, and we met Megan and just had such a sense of peace about it, and I just couldn't believe that she would allow us to be the parent for her child. And that's such a selfless act, and I compared it a lot at the time to, it's just grace on her part. She gave us something that we really didn't do anything to earn, didn't do anything to deserve, that was hers to give. And she gave us her son to raise and to love.
We feel very blessed to have known Megan and Megan's family, and to have Tyler in our lives, and could not ask for a better little boy to experience life with.
I've told him since he was just a tiny infant kind of our story, and now he can tell it back to us. And occasionally he'll just say, I grew in Megan's tummy, and then she chose you and Daddy to be my mommy and daddy, and now here I am.
You see you see God at work every day when you look at Tyler. And he's just been a very true blessing to us.